Here's what I wanted to show you. It's all the rage for using up small fabric pieces. They're called yo-yos. Where did you hear about these? Penelope asked. In this issue of Mother's Companion, she said. She pulled a magazine from her basket, held it open. Index finger into the passage, she read aloud. I think a genuine love of the beautiful is innate in every heart of every girl and woman. Then she looked up and asked, Don't you agree? Oh yes, and these yo-yos are darling. Come and look at this, girls, Penelope said when they returned. It was the first time I had seen Penelope's countenance so bright. Later on, while I was at the sink, I listened to Dora's instructions for making yo-yos out of cotton calico scraps. She guided us through the steps of cutting a circle, running a sewing stitch around its hem, and gathering up the circle and securing it with a knot. Then she unfolded a small table coverlet she had made with the collections of yo-yos sewn together at the edges. You can make matching pillows, too, and even an entire bedspread, but you'll need hundreds of yo-yos for that. Making a yo-yo was a craft that amiably accommodated the needle skills of both Emily and Sarah. Penelope was thoroughly enjoying herself when I joined them. Her creative imagination had been warmed up. She said gaily, I think I might have enough red and green fabric scraps at home to make a pillow cover for Christmas. Let's go make a yo-yo. Okay, so in order to do this, I needed to purchase my items now, but Joann's right now has these for $1 a piece instead of $2.49. I personally just used a 50% off coupon to do this. If you have fabric scraps at your disposal, pretty handy, I recommend doing that. They even put out a call on Facebook. There's often times where I am sewing a project and I offer my fabric scraps on there for anybody that likes to do things like that. So you're going to need just any old fabric. I'm deciding to do a flag Americana theme, so I'm using these. You'll need some thread, some needles, a pencil, a good pair of scissors. That is a seamstress tool right there. Get a good pair. I'm going to link down my absolute favorite down below, and yes, I've tried to get cheaper. I've regretted it every single time. Coupon, 50% off, 60% off, Joann's, done. And this is what I'm going to use for my pattern. This is a wide mouth mason jar lid. I kind of want it a little bit bigger just so that it won't take up so much time. I bet you anything that the correct size would actually be a regular mouth mason jar lid, and let me show you the comparison. Okay, so here's your regular mouth and here's your wide mouth, and I'm going to use the wide mouth. Okay, so this is called a fat quarter, and you're going to take, I have a little helper behind me filming for me. You're going to take this and a pencil. Actually, this might be the best way to do it. You can also use a fabric marker. However, most people have pencils at their disposals. Here's your circle. I'm gonna make try not to waste. One thing I want to caution you with, and I'll show it here, is sometimes if you push too hard, see how it bunches up? Just lightly drag it along. Don't pull it too hard. That way you don't, yes, it'll be darker, but you'll have more of the bunching, and sometimes that means you'll skip it or it won't be a nice circle. You're going to take your needle and some thread. Take as much as you need. You can double the thread. It'll be less likely to break, but I am not going to do that. Okay, create a loop. Put the tail through the loop. It's hard to do slow. Okay, and pull. Do it again. Try to get it right on top. Alright. Now, you're going to take a piece of fabric, right side, wrong side. You can iron this or pin it, but all we're gonna do is, I need to get behind my son so you know what I'm doing. All we're gonna do is called a run stitch. You just put your needle in and out, or up and down. All right. Okay. Let's do another set. Now remember, this is round, so it's not gonna lay as flat, but that's okay. I will show you why in just a minute. We're just gonna go around. Alright, so we're at the beginning. Pull your needle through. Now you've got this running stitch going all around. So gently start pulling the thread through. Remember, gently. You don't want to break your thread. And that's, yes, that has happened before, and that has happened to me before. Okay, so that is a yo-yo, and the smaller it is, the tighter that will be. Okay, so now I'm just going to tie it off. And I'm sure other people have other ways to do this. This is just how I did it. Okay, let's tie off that again. Take the needle, put it between and that holds the knot in place. There you go. That's your yo-yo. Now go make 5 million more of them. Alright, so now we're on the final stages of this. We made a bunch of yo-yos, we made them in all the colors. It can be a very long and tedious process, so I didn't do any filming of that, but you did get to see my son participate in doing it, and my daughter did some of these as well. So now, as you can see, not all of them are sewn. We're starting to connect. I have several more rows here that I have sewn together. So what you do is you take your colors. I have a ton of red, or I'm sorry, I didn't have as much red as I did of the white and blue for obvious reasons. You end on a red, you start on a red and end on a red. So I have more blue and whites that I think I'm going to make little coasters with. But if I had to do it again, I would probably get another red, little fat quarter of red, so I could make it a little bit bigger than what I have here. Or not, it depends. This is going to work. Okay, so what I did was first I created these rows. Oh, see the messy table? Isn't that wonderful? First I created the rows and I just stitched them in the corner across. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm going to put them together, but it's the same concept as putting them together this way. Just a little bit of each fabric, and you kind of just whip stitch. It is all completed. I have it put on our little disarray shoe organizer here that's right by my front door. This ends up being a drop place for people to throw all kinds of stuff, and so that's where I wanted it, and it fits just nicely. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I also wanted to suggest that you can also make a put them in your, hey Katie, put them in your cubby. Thank you. You can also do this with a Christmas tree. You just build a Christmas tree from yo-yos using different shades of green, and then of course a couple of these in brown for your stem at the bottom. And then what we would do is we would sew different buttons in the middle of each of the each yo-yo. Alright, I appreciate you watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if it was something that you enjoyed, and subscribe if you would like to see more videos. Up above, over to the right over here, is a tutorial I did for a beginner's dishcloth, and my face over here is to subscribe to see more videos. I have more projects in mind that I would love to share with you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.